Hey everyone, it's Alexis with Create Your Future, and I am back today, you guys, with a success story part two. I can't wait to share it with you. It's super exciting. Before I get started, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit that bell icon in the box below, and you get notified every time that we post new videos. And my nails are still red, in case you're wondering. Also, I think I asked in the last video, but can you let me know in the comments below if you're still manifesting for my nail color? Because I don't think that I made an announcement in a video about it recently, and I'm just checking. Okay, you guys, stay tuned at the end for exciting announcements and updates and information about my upcoming hypnosis. Okay, so into the success story. The success story part one for this one, because this is part two of a client who manifested her SP to come back into the house. He moved back in, they reconciled, she got the commitment that she was manifesting for. She was in a process with it, so I put it into two parts. Part one is make him choose you. Okay, so this is part two. I'm going to think of a catchy title. All right. So just to go over the backstory of this client, just once again, in case you haven't seen the first video, you know what? She gives the backstory in her success story. So I am just going to read it. It's a little bit long, so just bear with me, but it will help a lot of people who are manifesting for something and that they're in process. Okay. For the past couple of years, my husband of 20 plus years has been struggling with career and financial issues and had become increasingly unpleasant, critical, and withdrawn. I failed to realize that he attributed a lot of his unhappiness to me. I was shocked when he announced that he didn't want to be with me and he moved out. I was devastated. I instantly developed relentless anxiety. I couldn't eat, sleep, or concentrate on much because my mind kept going back into fear. One night I was watching YouTube videos to distract myself and I stumbled upon one by amazing Amanda. Her warm personality, confidence, and way of explaining things drew me in. I had known about the law of attraction and Abraham Hicks before, but I could never stay in the vortex well enough, even under much less stressful circumstances. But Amanda's description of the law of assumption was different. So then she goes on about how she picked me. Law of assumption was different. I watched all the CYF videos and saw several by Alexis that were success stories by women who had manifested their husbands back from situations similar to mine. I booked the first available session with Alexis, and I'm so glad I did. It's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. In our first session, I told Alexis that I felt like I'd signed up for skydiving lessons after I had already fallen out of the plane, but she assured me that I could do it. Nothing I told her seemed to faze her. Of course, she knew that circumstances don't matter, but I didn't believe that yet. Alexis told me that she already knew that I'd be a success story and that she was going to start shopping for a new blouse to wear for the video. I told her I'd be happy to treat her to a blouse when the time came to celebrate. I can't wait for the video to see what she chose. And I chose this new sweater because it's coming into fall weather. Alexis helped me to craft affirmations that fit my manifestation and felt natural to me. She got me on a mental diet, helped me manage the anxiety, and improve my self-concept. Truth be told, I really only wanted to focus on getting my husband back home ASAP and figured I could deal with the other things after that. But over time, I learned that recognizing myself as the operant power of my reality, worthy and deserving of the best outcome, was key, not just to any one manifestation, but to all. Through persistence, as my subconscious mind soaked in the affirmations, I felt better. I also started to see changes in my 3D. My affirmations about my husband had to do with switching from what I called the old model, which had design flaws, into the new and improved model, the perfect one for me. I began to see degrees of progress. It became common for me to hear or read a phrase somewhere that I was using in one of my affirmations. My husband would say and do some of the things I had affirmed for. Things started to thaw between us, but the improvements were not on a consistent upward trajectory. There were fits and starts. Okay, so then she just goes into about what kind of happened back and forth. Sometimes it felt like I was doing the cha-cha. Alexis told me that it was as if my factory model line hadn't fully switched over to producing only the new model, and some of the old models were still coming off the conveyor belt. I know that it was actually me switching back and forth between the old story and the new story. So that was what was being reflected back to me. Alexis helped me to persist in my mental diet and affirmations and offered the right kind of encouragement to me when it felt like it would have been easier to just give up. Alexis's coaching was so essential to me as I was going through the whole learning process. She always seemed to take the right approach with me and knew the right thing to say. She helped me course correct when I got off track, and just as important, she pointed out successes that I would have missed seeing on my own. In my 3D life, there were plenty of people who I could have whined and complained to and would have thought they were being helpful by commiserating with me. But there was literally no one I could talk about manifesting for this except for Alexis. I don't think I could have persisted without the support I got from our coaching sessions. Eventually, my husband moved back for a trial period, which was a huge step. We got great in so many ways. Things were better between us than they had been in a long time. His personality was definitely conforming to the new model I was manifesting, and it felt natural to be together. But he was still not sure what he wanted to do long term, and even said he wasn't sure if he could fall back in love with me. Pretty big deal, you guys. Alexis had told me in the beginning that he was my biggest trigger, and now she really helped me to not react to the 3D and to persist. During this time, I took a lot of long walks alone so I could get my thoughts straight and to affirm out loud as much as I could. A few weeks ago, my husband told me that he wanted to move to a new city and make a fresh start together. Of course, I was thrilled, but he was still not saying that he was fully committed to me, which was ultimately what I was manifesting for. As happy as I was to take this positive step, I kind of felt like the goalposts were moved a little further out. Again, Alexis helped me keep perspective and to persist. This past weekend, my husband told me that he loves me, is fully committed to me, and that he's excited for our new adventure together. I am happy to tell you that I got my full manifestation. I am overjoyed, and what makes it even better is that I can see that he is also happy about it. He's actually kind of giddy. And yes, he's demonstrating his loving feelings towards me in beautiful ways. Back when Alexis told me that she knew I'd be a success story, I told her I really wanted that to happen, not just for myself and my family, but so it would help encourage others. Believe me, if I can do it, you can do it. It's simple, but not always easy. You have to persist through times when you see nothing, or even the opposite of what you want in your 3D. You are transforming yourself from the inside out, not manipulating the reflection. It helped me tremendously to have a coach, and I give Alexis all the credit for guiding me to the place I finally arrived at. Alexis, I love you, and I will always be grateful to you. Oh gosh, you guys. It's already been an emotional time because it's the holidays. I might get choked up in this video. Okay, you've changed the way I look at the world. I will never stop consciously manifesting thanks to you. I will book a session once we get settled so I can thank you in person and just to check in. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing the video and your new blouse. Much love. Okay. So you guys, I know that was a long-winded success story, but I really wanted to share all of the details. And my goodness, this happens this time of year. People really send in such beautiful stories, and it really hits home by the end of the year. And I think last year this happened where I kept getting emotional in my videos. So thank you for bearing with me. So I read the whole success story. I know that it was fairly long. If you're still with me, thank you so much. But in her success story, you guys, the most important thing that we can take away is that she persisted, number one, when seeing nothing, and she also persisted when the opposite happened in her reality. So remember that sometimes when you're manifesting for what you want, the opposite can show up because you're purging out belief systems, you're purging out assumptions, and you're solidifying the reality within you until it reflects outside of you. So that's why we say there is no such thing as no movement. There's always movement, right? So you just want to keep on persisting in your affirmations, persisting in your assumptions, persisting in your intentions. I actually have, my goodness, I mean, I think this is one of my best success stories or, favorites in a while. I have some pens that I thought would help. So usually I use these pens, you guys have seen these before in other videos, to show the versions of people. But today I wanted to talk about how they are like thoughts and belief systems, because that's what you're always changing. So remember that within the subconscious mind, you have your memories, you have images, you have belief systems, and you have assumptions about people, places, and things. So think that this is like a tree. Okay, in a funny way. I actually tried to use a plant in this video when I first tried to film it, and the plant is so big, it's bigger than my face, and like it was just a disaster because I tried to get the plant in the video. The light that I used, my ring light, like flew off the table. Anyway, so I don't think the plant wanted to be in the video. I believe plants have feelings because they're alive. Whole other video. Tidbit about me. Okay, so think that this is your mind and that these pens are your thoughts. Your pens are the thoughts that you think throughout the day, which come from like where my hands are. Imagine that these pens here are a tree, and that your assumptions, your belief systems create your automatic thoughts. So think that within your subconscious mind, which here we would say in my fingers, my fingernails, my hands, is like, are all your belief systems, your assumptions, your ideas, your decisions, like I said, about people, places, and things outside of you. So it leads to automatic thoughts. Now, your automatic thoughts and your assumptions and your beliefs create your reality. But just like this client, what was happening and what happens for everybody is that as you're changing, right, you're changing what you're pushing out, you're changing what you're pushing out, you're changing how you're influencing your experience, but you got to persist because you're changing the deeper aspects of your subconscious mind, of your beliefs and your assumptions. So I also wanted to add, like I said in another video, that this client persisted and she did about 9 to 10 months of coaching with me to get through the process. I used to say that I'm not sure how anybody does the mental diet without a coach. I don't necessarily believe that anymore because you can do this work on your own. But there were often times, like she says in her story, that she wouldn't see her successes in her 3D reality. She wouldn't see her wins. She wouldn't see what was actually working, but because she was so stuck on what she wanted, which was that full recommitment, the full love, the full recognition of her, and that they were back together. I actually asked her if she'd be a success story or if she was ready for it multiple times before she actually sent it in. And she said she never was, because for her, she really wanted the full commitment. She wanted the verbal reassurance from him. And then she felt like she'd be ready. So anyways, there were so many times with her over the many month period, many session period, where I would tell her, we have to focus on what's working. We have to focus on what you're seeing that's working so that you can stay the course. So please, you guys out there, think of this the same way. The same is for you. Try to find something within your manifesting, within your mental diet, within your 3D that you can focus on that's working, even if it's outside of your SP, right? Because you always want to be training your mind that you're good at this. You know what you're doing. You know how to make it happen. You're good at this. You know what you're doing. You know how to make it happen. So I hope that this helps. Let me know in the comments below if this video and this client has inspired you, because she sure has inspired me. And I can just imagine she and her husband in a whole new version of them in a whole different parallel reality where they're getting along and they're moving into a new place, new state, and everything. So, all right, you guys, that's my video for today. Just to go over a few of the updates. Also, we currently have the recorded, I'm going to try to say this right, the live hypnosis that I did that was put a love spell on your SP. We have the recording available live at a discounted rate on the website, as well as the 3 hypnosis audios. Be a queen, get him to text you and recreate your SP to really get the subconscious mind on board. I've had a lot of success stories coming through about clients who have anxiety, worry, and fear, and an old story about their SP. And what the hypnosis audios help them do is clear out the old to make way for the new with the mental diet. It is always not to take place of the mental diet. It's to function as a bookend to help your subconscious mind feel soothed, safe, comfortable as you're manifesting for what you want. Okay. Those are all of my updates, as well as the next hypnosis, geez, I'm getting all the names confused. Workshop that I have is next month. It is December 15th. December 15th. I think I'm saying that right. I'd have to double check. I'm going to actually double check as I'm speaking, looking at the calendar here, which is kind of funny. I should have known this off the top of my head, but I never remember. Yes. So December 15th at 6:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is the next workshop, which is Be a Goddess and Get Pursued. So we're going into self-concept and how to bring yourself, new self-concept, being a goddess, getting cherished and pursued and treasured into your subconscious mind. So if that interests you, you can look in the link below and you can also sign up on our website. All right, you guys. So last thing is that we're still having our contest. So every time that you comment on one of our videos about how law of attraction or law of assumption has helped you change your life, you get put into a pool of people with the opportunity to win 3 free coaching sessions. So how cool is that? All right. So that's it for today. I'll see you guys in my next video. Go out and make today awesome. Bye.